welcome to Lovehealingservice channel. My name is Carol. How are you? Today I want to share with you why Abraham sacrificed Isaac. We know that's a story. That's a famous story, and then there's a lot of priest, a lot of pastor, a lot of There's a scholar about the Bible scholar. There's actually they explain this story, but I don't think that's a story. They just say because Abraham fast believe God, so Abraham sacrificed his only son. I don't think so. That's so easy because actually I studied this story, and then I find out very important truths about this story. So we have to clear, the Bible, the Old Testament, the Bible, let's have a lot of blessing. If we don't know that there's a truth, we don't know the truth because the blessing is hiding the truth. We have to know that's the truth, and we can get the blessing. So I want to show today. I want to share with you that this story truth, and then that's a very important truth. And then next week probably we can share another truth for this story, because that's very important for us, not for God. That's for us. I want to share with you that scripture today is Genesis chapter 22, verse 12. Do not lay a hand on the boy, he said. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have to withhold from me your son, your only son. This is very important. Why I want to share with you this scripture? Because there's a whole story, has a lot of scripture, but I share with you this scripture because this scripture have a very important truth. That means fear God. And then there's a fear God is including the whole story. That's two truths, very important truths. A lot of people, a lot of Christian, a lot of pastor, a lot of priester or whatever, a lot of lobby, they say they are fear God. What's the fear God? Really the fear God mean? And then a lot of people, especially this generation, we not fear God. We fear the devils. A lot of people, especially even though we are in the church, right now this generation, we are Christian. A lot of pastors, a lot of Christians, they worship devils, but they don't let devils is God. This is very terrible. A lot of people, they worship devils, and then they don't let the devil is God. That's the most terrible things for this generation. Why that generation is corrupt, so terrible? Why our world become so terrible? Because a lot of people cannot discern the real God, and then that's the devils. That's very important. The God is have a very important characters. That's faithful and righteousness. The most important, if we worship the God have to righteousness. That's the most important. That's a very, very important things. If we not the worship that's righteousness, that if what we worship is a God, not a righteousness, not a faithful, that's not God, that's a devil. Understand? If we not the worship, we have to worship the God. It's righteousness and faithful. That's a true God. That's a true God. So, why Abraham know his God is a true God? That's the most important, right? Because if Abraham don't know his God is a true God, and then he sacrificed his only son, that's Abraham is stupid like the Manasseh. So why Abraham know his God is a true God? It's easy. Because when Abraham 100 years old, and then he got the Isaac. So that his only son is come from God. And then God, you know why have this story? That God want to Abraham sacrifice that Isaac, because the story is already tell us God want to terminate that's Abraham. Why God want to terminate that's Abraham? Because God want to know Abraham will be withhold. That's here is a say withhold anything. You know, a lot of people, a lot of pastors, a lot of Christians, they say, oh, I feel God. That's just a say, just a words, they just say, but they didn't do any action, didn't do anything, didn't do any action. So, if you really feel God, you will not withhold anything. Like Abraham, let's really feel God. Do you understand? Okay, and then I want to share with you the God and devil. That's God gave Abraham when so that's Isaac. Is God promised Abraham, and then Abraham 100 years old, and then he got Isaac. So the Isaac is come from God, and then if God want to take the Isaac's life, that's reasonable, right? And then another thing, so that God is a faithful God. Whatever he say, and then he achieve. That's a faithful. That's called faithful. Whatever he say, he achieve. That's called faithful. And then righteous God. We know the God when that's Abraham take a knife, want to kill his. You know that's he Abraham already bunched that fire the tot, and then that's Isaac is already in the top, and then when Abraham want to kill that's Isaac, and then angels told you Abraham, stop, you cannot do anything for this, you cannot kill your only son. I know you are fear God. Okay, and then God prepare a lamb of a layer, and then they see this when late morning they see the last lamb. So you know that's God's righteousness. God never want to Isaac life. God never want to take the Isaac's life, because God already promised Abraham, and then he want to give his offspring. So God never want to take Isaac. God just want to test Abraham. And then God already prepared lamb over there. So that's a very, that's called God's righteousness. Actually, God is Abraham is know that God is a righteous God. Why did he know? Because before that Isaac, and then Abraham has Hagar have another son. That's Ishmael. And then that Sarah want to Ishmael get out of home, get out of home because they afraid that Ishmael will be inherit that Abraham's property. So, and then Abraham is a very worried, there's a struggle about his son, and then God told Abraham he can drive out that Ishmael because God will protect them. Yeah, God is this. So yeah, Abraham knows that God is a righteous God. So that's the most important things. A lot of things that's a story. That's a story, not just a point. That's a story have a lot of a point and then relate. So I want to tell you, the Abraham's God, just our God, is the faithful and righteous God. So that's the true God. So we are not worship the devils. We are worship the true God. So the true God, only true God can give us blessing and grace. That's a very important things. So the grace and blessing is come from the true God. And then if that's a devil just give us lies. Devil will lies, and devil will do a lot of evil things. That's a very important. And then there's a devil that's just kill, just a lie, just a cheating, and then they will hurt us. So we have to discern the true God and devils. And then another important things, one important thing is the Abraham fear God is a fear the true God. And second, very important things, what's the meaning of fear God? The fear God means you don't withhold, like Abraham, you don't withhold anything. A lot of people say, oh, I don't feel God, but they will withhold something. They will withhold as a treasure. Oh, that's a very I don't want to give that's God. I just want to keep by myself. So that's really stupid. I have to say that's really stupid. Think about it. The God can give our grace and blessing. Why we hiding that? A lot of people, this is really stupid. They hide the treasure. They hide that money. They hide that and if Abraham don't fear God, and then he will not obey. He will not obey God's word. He will not. He don't want to sacrifice his son, and he don't have any blessing and grace. So that Abraham's blessing and grace, because we know that Abraham is very rich, a lot of worth. So the Abraham's worth is not from he work hard. No, it's from God's blessing and God's grace. So when God knows Abraham is a fear God, and so Abraham can gather a lot of grace and blessing. That's that's a very very important. When God know you fear God, and then God will pull down that His grace, and then His grace to you, right? So we have to know that's very very important to us. How can we gather that blessing and grace from God? We have to fear God, and then we cannot hide anything. I don't want to give God. I just want to keep my pocket. So that's we cannot gather the blessing and then grace. That's why for this generation, a lot of people they worship the devils. So this generation is more and more worse and more corrupt and more terrible because they worship the devils, and the devils just full of deceit, full of lies, and then full of kill, and then so that generation is become so terrible. So when we know that thing, and then why we know that our God is totally absolutely righteousness, it's very easy to know because God already prepared that lamp, let's go for the sacrifice. Let's replace Isaac. So God, God never want to take Isaac's life. So God already, that's called God's righteousness. So now for this so for this story, and then it's very very important for us. If we want to like Abraham, if we want to like Abraham, so have a lot of blessing and grace, we have to fear God. What's a fear God? You have to fear the real God, and then you have to know with nothing hide, you nothing withhold to God. We have to we have to give God everything we have, because God didn't lack anything, but God just want to test us. We are obey His word or not, because if not obey His word, so if it, let's whatever, let's God say, oh no, you cannot eat, but she eat. So we have to know this story. They just want to tell us two things. We have to fear real God, and we cannot hold. We have to obey God, totally obey God, and we have to totally don't hide. I have to tell you, God give our grace and blessing. It's more worth. That's more worth. That's a value. It's over everything we can see. Yes. That's value is very very great. So we just need to know, and then I hope this story can help you some to gather more grace and gather more blessing from God. And then next week we can share another the truth from this story. God bless you.